What is up, Watch fam, and welcome to Liquor Run. I am Christian from Theo Harris, and you are Rolly from Theo Harris. And today, as with all Fridays, we taste a bottle of wine that my dad picked out that brings a little bit of value to the table, a lot of bang per buck. So what are we drinking today?
We're going to drink a red Burgundy, Pinot Noir.
Cool.
For you folks that love Pinot Noir,
Okay.
red Burgundy.
So before we get into it, I know that it's a red varietal, but what do you expect from a Pinot Noir? What should we really anticipate today?
So Pinot Noir is one of the what we call the Vitis vinifera, one of the classic grapes.
Okay. Fundamental wine.
Fundamental wine. You got Cabernet, Merlot, Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Those are the big three.
Okay.
Pinot Noir, quite frankly, the holy grail of red wine.
You're a huge Pinot fan.
I love Pinot Noir. However, it's hard to find quality Pinot Noir at a really good price point. You get some domestic examples. I think Mark West may come to mind for $15 or so. Sure. But a different style. It's more. Consider it more Pinot Noir with Botox.
Okay.
A little bit more lipstick.
Right.
An eyeshadow.
Whereas this is more pure.
This is pure.
European.
Absolutely. It's a little bit more restrained. It has beautiful acidity. That's what Pinot Noir in my mind should be.
Okay, cool. So let's get into it. Before we do a quick wristwatch check.
Yeah.
I am wearing I am wearing my vintage Cartier Santos Dumont.
Yeah.
I love this watch. I picked it up about 2 months ago. Actually, I bought it from the shop at theoharris.com, believe it or not. So what do you have on your wrist?
I've got the ordinary Breitling Colt.
Cool.
Lovely watch. Yeah. Smaller in size, but I love that.
I was just talking about this particular watch yesterday. Talking about Breitling and how there's a big divide in what people view Breitling as today. But this is one of the last models that really did it right, and that's awesome. So anyway, we'll get into the wine.
Let's talk Pinot Noir.
Cool.
I know. When you go to a restaurant, people say, "I want a glass of Pinot Noir," but sometimes they could be a little bit. To me anyway, a little bit heavy, a little sweet. Okay. But I'm hoping that this wine delivers.
And what is this wine?
So this one is called Chateau de Santenay.
Yeah, there's no cap on top.
Okay, the Chateau de Santenay. We opened this one up already. Chateau de Santenay. This is a simple village Burgundy really comes from Mercury. So think about Burgundy as this long region in France, and Chateau de Santenay is a very large producer. They've got about 250 acres of land dispersed throughout Burgundy. Cool. In the Côte Chalonnaise and the Côte d'Or. These grapes come from the Mercury area. So these are very, very good vines. Very privileged vines, if you will. Okay. And that's it.
You've never had this before?
I've never had this before. But based on the research that I've done, we should be drinking some pretty decent wine here. Cool. But more importantly, the price. But let's see if the price matches the quality.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm gonna pour this guy here. Let's give you a little pour. All right. Let's be a little bit more disciplined this week. Wow. And let's look at color. And then
cheers.
À la santé.
À la santé.
So a classic Pinot Noir, lighter, right? This is a thin-skinned wine, thin-skinned grape. So you don't have that heavy, inky purple color that you get from Cabernet, or Merlot, or other bigger grapes.
This is almost as a pinkish, really light, transparent. Yeah.
So it's a little whirl here.
The rim is super clear. None of that brown.
So for me, I'm in heaven already.
Come on, give me
because I'm talking. I feel like Little Red Riding Hood going through the forest, picking up dirt, putting it in my face, picking up some mushrooms. That's exactly. It's got that musky smell.
Right.
You're in the forest. I mean, this is beautiful. It has such an earthy smell to it.
Now, is it like it's? Put it this way: we tasted a wine last week, a Bordeaux, that really tasted like shit. I mean, you said in a beautiful way, in a really good.
Yeah.
It smelled like
Yeah.
cheese and shit. That's what it is, cow shit.
Yeah.
Does this have that, or is it a more light mushroom forest? Way?
No, nowhere near that.
Okay.
This is a more of a
lighter,
lighter foresty.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really an earthy, musky smell. Almost like a
moss, wet grass.
You know, like when we find your socks behind, it's kind of like that. You never put in the hamper. It's like that, but in the best of ways.
All right, well let's try a sip. Let's do that. All right.
So,
cheers.
love a la santé.
Super light.
Oh,
That's
beautiful. Nice classic fruit. You've got this strawberry. You got a little like kind of jam
I have
there.
a pineapple
but,
too, kind of thing,
okay.
right? I mean, is that so off?
I'm not picking a pineapple.
I'm getting this sharp
could.
kind of acidity that tastes a little like pineapple.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
But certainly for me, good red fruit, but very vibrant. What I do like about this wine, though, is the weight. This wine is not a heavy wine. So you can do this wine obviously with food. You know, it pairs nicely with food.
So what would it pair with? What would you put it with?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Absolutely.
On the
Mushrooms.
pasta agnolotti with mushrooms.
100%.
I had that last night.
Because think about it, the smell of this wine is
Oh, that's tasty. Wow.
it really does. I mean, it really ekes
Kind of a
through.
bit of an apple thing.
Yeah.
going.
Wow, it's
I
funny
like
that
it.
you pick up apple.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of acidity on mine.
It's
Are you not?
unbelievable. Yeah.
Are you getting acidity or no?
I have the acidity as a
So fun.
clean bite.
I have a lingering kind
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
almost crispness that I would
It's
expect more from the
crisp, yeah.
white, but this is
Well,
really delicious.
But that's due to the weight. This is not a heavy wine, and that's what makes this wine so
Wow.
good. And the fact that you can get this wine for $20 for $19 is an absolute steal. You're not gonna find Burgundy. You're gonna have a hard time finding Burgundy for less than $30, $40, $35, $45.
Even the alcohol here is super
Okay.
low and reserved, right?
Yeah,
You're not getting
yeah.
that cab like
That's
heavy,
nice.
This is like really mellow. I
Yeah.
love it. I know from you. I mean, I grew up drinking wine with my dad, so Pinot was always a very staple wine, kind of a go-to.
Yeah.
With Burgundy, and this to me just kind of really speaks home. I love it. It's so drinkable. It really is freaking delicious.
I like it.
What else do you want to say about it? What else? What are your thoughts?
Only the fact that it's a pretty big producer. They make wines anywhere from the most modest of wines, which is what we're drinking, all the way up the chain. They know that they do it well. Yeah, this is like a pretty big company, and
Would you buy it full price at the $20, $21?
It's definitely worth that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely worth that. Yeah, I mean, even at well, if it could compete at $35 to $40, it's worth the $20. You know, and this wine does compete. It competes.
Yeah, it really is. It's so
it competes. It competes very well.
So, everyone, I think the beer drinker, anybody can understand logically how beautiful wine is. It takes so long, and it's such a process, and it really is delicious. But more so than anything, how beautiful it is doesn't matter if you can't drink it, right? And to me, a wine like this that is so delicate and light and unimposing, a wine that you would never take and say, okay, that's for a connoisseur, in a weird way. I love that. I love, not that I'm the big wine guy compared to you by any means, but I love introducing a wine like this to someone who's getting their feet wet because it's beautiful,
Yes.
it's subtle, it's light, as opposed to this like in your face. If you're not accustomed to this, then get the out kind of wine, because a lot of them have that kind of really bold taste. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, this plays an important role, right, in the evolution, or if you become a wine lover, taking steps or the introduction of an area of Burgundy.
Yeah.
Right. This is a beautiful foray into like I said, the holy grail of wine.
So now the big question is, if this wine was a watch, a la Theo Harris, which watch would this be?
So I guess right now I'm going to turn from a wine geek to a watch geek.
Let's do it.
And for me,
Think about value. Think about
sure.
packs
So
a lot of punch.
consider
low dollar.
Consider this, geeks. A Lange & Son, right? German watch. expensive, beautiful timepieces. However,
We're talking 1815s at 22,000.
maybe more. That's right,
Yeah.
$25,000 for a wristwatch, and quite frankly, it's still well
It's
worth
still
it.
yeah.
However, you can buy the glass hood original with the same amount of devotion, precision, quality care at a fraction of the price.
Yep.
A significant
That's
fraction,
great.
right?
Oh my
So,
God!
so
yeah.
that's what comes to me when you ask me that question. That's what comes to mind.
Yeah. You make the right sacrifices, but ultimately they're delivering terrific products.
Terrific value.
Yeah. Speaking of Glass Fit Original, I was in a boutique at Tourbillon, a Swatch boutique, just the other day, and we were trying on from the Senator 60s to the Panoramic, the Data, Lunar, and holy. I mean, you look at these watches. I mean, I actually put up a photo of it on my wrist, as well as the case back. I have both photos. They are, I mean, such beautiful watches. So I absolutely love this wine. How much was it again? Remind me.
This was $16.
And what was the name?
This is Chateau de Saint-Denis,
Okay.
Bourgogne. Okay, so this is the simple Pinot Noir
Okay.
from old vines.
So
So
if you're gonna have a light pasta, some mushrooms, something a little foresty,
risotto.
risotto,
Risotto with
right?
mushrooms.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And you know what? Yeah, even I would even say maybe even if you've got a couple some truffles, if there's I think this would go very nicely.
As, you know,
But let's stop watch geeking for a second.
Yeah.
You're at the table. The holidays are here,
Yeah.
right? You got a nice ham. You know what a lovely wine.
Yeah.
And it won't kill you.
It won't
kill
totally
you.
break the
Yeah,
bank.
you can
Yeah.
get a couple of bottles,
Yeah.
and once again, you're drinking well.
You're drinking really well. I think that this is one of the wines that we always talk about that you bring to a party, and the guy who shows off that he spent $35, $45 on a bottle of wine gets kind of embarrassed because you spent 17.
Exactly.
And that's a really,
boom, I killed you.
That's really important. Just I think part of my life as a value prop guy. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching Liquor Run. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you pick up this bottle and enjoy it because we really did. Definitely, I definitely recommend it.
Go out and get it.
Go out.
Chateau de Saint-Denis.
Thank you guys
Bourgogne.
again. Have a wonderful weekend, and that's it.
Ciao, ciao.